several developments have emerged surrounding the course of the COVID-19 pandemic since we released our forecast in March. At the beginning of the year, the approach by the government then was to adopt targeted and localized containment measures in dealing with resurgences. However, given the high transmission risk of the virus, a nationwide FMCO was undertaken in June this year. So the FMCO is expected to have a cumulative impact of about 5 percentage points to the 2021 growth, or an average of 400 to 500 million ringgit in daily real output losses. With 7.1% growth recorded in the first half of the year, and given the COVID-19 related developments since June onwards, we are looking at a more moderate growth in the second half of the year, especially in the third quarter. Notwithstanding this, allow me to highlight some of the factors that will continue to support growth for the second half of 2021. First, essential economic sectors are still allowed to operate under the Phase 1, thus mitigating the impact of the containment measures. Furthermore, there is higher adaptability to remote work and labor constraints, as well as increased automation and digitalization. Secondly, you have an improving external demand, the improvement in external demand that is driven by strong growth in major trading partners, and that will further reinforce the recovery in domestic demand. Thirdly, the rapid vaccination progress. This will lead to better health outcomes, which will allow easing of mobility restrictions and faster reopening of more economic sectors and activities. We also have sizable and continuous policy support to the various stimulus programs. And lastly, the continued investment in large infrastructure projects such as the MRT2, LRT3, and the ECRL. So looking ahead to 2022, we expect growth to accelerate, supported by reopening of most economic sectors, as well as positive spillovers from continued improvement in external demand. Export performance will continue to be supported by the strength in external demand and global trade. And more importantly, we are able to take advantage of the global technology upcycle and the higher commodity production and prices. So the trade outlook, however, remains contingent on the path of the pandemic, both domestically and globally, as well the reimposition of tighter containment measures. So, but having said that, our export have been resilient despite various domestic containment measures since the beginning of the year. Our exports grew at about, if I'm not mistaken, about 30% in the first half of this year. And in US dollar terms, Malaysia is the second best export performer in the region after China.